Sky, and Black Feather into that late game. You have that evasiveness where you're able to dive very deep into that back line, and this is exactly when Sky is going to throw down her ultimate. And then right after that, she serious strikes in, she dives in with that forward barrage, and they can knock someone out very quickly. But Team Secret, they find that counter to that. They know exactly what to do when picking up that glaive. As long as he's able to play that position in that back line, his afterburn is going to make such a big difference. And then Qualifier on this Vox. We saw the dominance coming out of Qualifier during the Winter Live Championships, where his CS, his KDA was off the charts. And coming to this series today against SK, I feel that Team Secret has so much in terms of like advantages where they play a lot better synergetically. I feel like they play very strong mechanic-wise. So it's going to be very hard for Chimaera to come out with this.
Yeah, well, I agree. It definitely will be pretty tough battle right here. Arden, the last pick for SK Chimaera, I think does a pretty good job to round out this lineup. And coming into this is going to be a really tough matchup. Secret, they're going to have to play well to be able to walk away with this victory, but I would predict, coming into this, that this will probably be their series. Do you have any disagreements there?
So yeah, Team Secret I feel like is going to win this one. Just look at Qualifier up in that lane. With that glaive doing a lot of quick rotations up, it's going to make his life so much easier, and I feel he's going to carry the late game.
All right, guys, we'll keep your eyes on the lane and Qualifier on that Vox. We have loaded into the Halcyon Fold, so let's jump right into it and toss it over to our casters, Action Jackson and Vedius. Take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. I am super excited to get into this match. Qualifier starting this week is going to be awesome because last week we actually didn't see him playing. We saw one of the subs for Team Secret. Qualifier, everyone knows what a monster this guy is. It's going to be interesting. Vedius, what do you think coming into this series?
Well, I am excited to see Qualifier. We did see Redemption last week, formerly known as Taisuki-san, subbing in, and he did a great job, to be fair to him, really was stepping up, but, I have to agree with Rome. Palmatora was really the big guy that stepped up, and he did it on this glaive as well. Last week they ran this buff comp, very heavily revolved around the glaive, and now we're going to be seeing Palmatora do it once again as SK. They want to be very aggressive in the early game.
Palmatora was kind of hiding off on the side there, though. I feel like they were trying to make SK feel like they'd caught Mowgli alone, but in actuality, Palmatora was on the side, doing some good damage back onto Cream. Maybe zoning them off of the front camp for now, but SK not willing to give this one up. They want to keep fighting tooth and nail for this. Mowgli isn't going to take too much damage from the forward barrage, though. Manages to dodge most of that, so it looks like SK are going to back away.
Does look like that. No early aggression coming out from either side so far, and that surprises me a little bit because we have seen this Glaive Fortress combo do some fantastic work in the early game. It really does pack quite the punch. It makes it very easy to dive onto the backline with the insane mobility that you have as a duo. But Team Secret is saying, nope, we want to play this passive early game. We want to allow Qualifier to just freely farm up in the lane. We don't want to risk anything too much. We don't want to give that opportunity to SK. But, speaking of late game, we have to look at SK's late game as well because Sky, she does have a fantastic early game, but I also think she does transition well at every stage of play. And this Black Feather, you definitely cannot underestimate him at the later stages. One of the few heroes that, actually given his kit, can stick to that Vox, especially if he decides to go for an early Shiver Steal. So, need to keep our eyes on that, and I think this could be quite an action-packed game as Cream gets caught.
Yeah, it walks over that scout trap, and immediately Team Secret are like, let's go for some action. They get that afterburn down, find some nice damage, but they don't really have much follow-up past that point. Cream is able to walk away with the assistance of Medic. Looks like both of these teams not going to be going too crazy early on here. Again, like you said earlier on, I'm a little bit surprised by that as well, just given how Glaive Fortress operates. Also, early on, before Black Feather hits level 6 and has the Rose offensive, he can't use it as Rose defensive, so potentially going for some ganks might make sense.
Yeah,
like Team Secret just playing safe, though.
Yeah, I think, as we say that, look at Team Secret already moving up, they're going for it.
This is exactly what I wanted them to do, but we do have all three members from SK Chimaera up here. Some nice turnaround damage from Medic. Raph, definitely the big loser on that exchange, though, taking a ton of damage right off the bat.
If it wasn't for the Vanguard, though, he definitely would have lost his life because he'd already... Well, he doesn't have boots available to him, so he didn't have that movement speed buff to get him to safety. So if it wasn't for the Vanguard, Raph almost certainly would have lost his life. So great read from SK to realize what was happening. But now Team Secret, realizing that Raph is low, he can't make the rotation down, want to try and set up an invade in the jungle, but they're just going to take away the healing camp and back away. So Team Secret playing very reserved with the reintroduction of Qualifier back on their roster.
Yeah, I mean, I actually kind of like that, though, playing a bit safe. There's, I think, potential for things to go wrong in early engagements when you have a Vox, someone who doesn't do that well in the early game historically. So trying to avoid the 3 versus 3 fight where they don't have the drop on their opponents makes a great deal of sense to me.
I agree with you right now, Team Secret. Just posturing once again around the lane, but they're not going to find anyone because all of SK currently sitting at the shop, picking up a couple items. Raph decided to go for a very early heavy steal. Wonder what he's going to work towards, because he's got a combination of things right now. Could go towards that Serpent's Mask. Wouldn't be that surprising. Very conventional on that Black Feather. Works very nicely. Gives him a nice chunk of sustain. Cream looks like he's gone for a Stormguard banner early, so he wants to be putting out a little bit more damage in the early game, and Medic has picked up that Eclipse Prism as Qualifier taking a bit of poke up in the lane.
We've been seeing this early Stormguard banner a little bit more frequently in the spring qualifiers, and we've seen some pretty crazy plays out of roamers doing a lot of damage early game as a result. It is one of those items where I feel like if you're planning on skirmishing in the early game, picking it up can be of benefit so long as you do it early enough. Qualifier takes a bit of damage there, but he's quite easily able to get away with that Sonic Skin.
Oh, but the action isn't quite over yet. Cream takes quite a lot of damage.
Medic has already hit level 6. That is going to be a good death from above, just zoning him out a little bit. Palmatoro is going to reinforce. Cream got to be careful here. Stunned up in the bush. Buy some time, but not enough. Team Secret picking themselves up that first blood. They might want some more here, but Palmatoro just doesn't have the cooldown on Afterburn yet.
Cream overextending just a little bit too much, and he was the guy that was getting caught out of position quite often when we saw SK play last time. But speaking of caught out of position,
Medic, look at the damage he takes. One more attack would do it. Mowgli wants to find it, and he does. Raph gets the return, but now he's in a dicey position. Palmatoro and Qualifier finish him off. It's going to be 3 kills to 1 right away in this game between Team Secret and Chimaera.
oh, Medic rotating down towards the shop. Wasn't expecting all 3 members of Team Secret to just be waiting for them. They quickly shut down Medic. Raph doing what he can on that Black Feather. He wants to get that kill onto Mowgli. He doesn't realize that he's already got it, and he burns his Rose offensive to try and pick up the kill when he did not need to. That meant that his escape was unavailable, and he pretty much sentenced himself to death. So a little bit unfortunate for Raph. It does give 3 kills over to Team Secret, and that is going to give them the first gold advantage in this game.
They're in a nice spot at the moment. They gotta be careful to try and maintain this. You would expect the team with the Glaive Fortress to be doing good in the early game. At the moment, Qualifier is just in the process of ramping up, though. Later on, he's going to be the focal point for Team Secret, less so Palmatoro. That said, it's interesting that Mowgli's picked up 2 of the kills, or the kill credits, on the side of Team Secret. Team Secret wanting to keep this fight going as well. Cream going to have to Vanguard out of there as Medic covers his retreat. I do like the fact that SK have been playing around this lane quite a lot, trying to deny opportunities for Glaive to come in and get those afterburn plays. Has slowed down Team Secret a decent chunk.
Certainly has. And look at this, Team Secret now picked up the Sorrow Blade on Palmatoro, and I do really like this as opposed to the Tension Bow. There's just a bit of trading back and forth up in the lane. Oh, Mowgli actually maybe committing a little bit harder.
Palmatoro, that was a nice afterburn. Look at this, the wait for it comes across. Qualifier finding himself a second kill. And it is 4-1 right now. Team Secret starting to pick up the pace a little bit.
And they certainly are. Palmatoro, the moment he had that Sorrow Blade finished, he was like, okay, let's go for a play. Only 2 members up in the lane. They were fully aware that Medic wasn't anywhere near that sort of area, so they felt like that with the numbers advantage, they were safe to make that sort of a setup. And it worked out beautifully. Now, off the back of getting that kill, they're going to rotate down, get some good vision around this gold miner, and they're going to be picking up the first one of the game as well.
Very nice work by Team Secret. That was an immense payout, close to 300 gold. Palmatoro coming in here, doesn't land the afterburn onto Raph. He's just going to use it to get those minions off of the turret. Move back a little bit. All 3 members of both teams spending a lot of time up in this lane. So far, SK not been able to make too much out of it, though, sitting at about a 2,000 gold deficit.
So, this has been bugging me for ages, but I only just realized that the skin that Mowgli's running right now, I thought that they were just really big shoulder pads on top of Fortress, and I thought, why does he need such excessive shoulder pad? And then I realized, oh no, he's going for the Cerberus effect, and he has the three-headed dog, and now it makes way more sense. I just had to get that out there.
Oh man. Well, Gangstar Cerberus, I'm sure, are very happy about the new Tier 3 skin for that Fortress.
And I think it's because of the new Fortress skins that we've seen him rise to popularity a lot more. Obviously, he works great in these early game compositions, especially when you pair it up with these glaives. But I do think that these beautiful skins do have a slight reason as to and I think you can now actually get it. I do believe that it is now available, these skins. Right
This
now.
is
But anyway.
the best way for SEMC to control sort of the metagame, right? They
Yeah.
don't just balance the heroes. They just release really badass skins.
Yeah. They're just like, Rona. You know, we've been seeing more Rona. Oh, funnily enough, recently a pretty badass Rona skin came out, didn't it?
Illuminati confirmed! Twitch chat
Obviously,
goes
we
wild.
are only kidding. We're only kidding. As
That's
both
exactly
teams right
what the
now.
Illuminati would say.
Yeah. Right now, let's just take stock of what the current state of the game is.
All right, let's do that.
I was like,
I
that's
thought
your
you
job,
were
man.
doing
That's your job. I'm just the color caster. You're supposed to take
SK.
stock of the game.
Hang on, we might see a fight here. Team Secret, no, they're just going to play it safe. All right, taking stock. 4 kills to 1. Team Secret sitting in a good spot with regards to that. They're about 1,000 gold in the lead, having picked up the only gold miner so far. Both of the teams having equivalent damage on turrets, neither one of them making too big a push just yet. And I think you'd expect that from these compositions. Medic actually, yeah, popping his ultimate there. Not going to get too much off the back of it. But this is
cooldown,
basically just Battle Royale. I feel like both of these teams have done too much of it recently because they're just sitting in the lane. That's their priority here, Medic. Got to be careful about getting caught out here. Might have the camp stolen away. Palmatoro prioritizing the kill, though. Look at the damage coming across. Qualifier rotates down, picks up the kill. SK Chimaera in a bad spot right now as Mowgli actually just doing a bit of harassment behind the turret from downtown.
That was a
Team
nice
Secret.
collapse. Nice
Yeah,
collapse from Team Secret. Yeah,
absolutely.
The Medic rotated down in full vision of Team Secret, and Team Secret just did a great job of responding to that. They realized, oh, we could easily collapse down onto Medic. He doesn't realize that he's walking over all of our scout traps. They put some slightly forward ones up in these forward tri-bushes towards SK's base. But now, have a look at the positioning from SK. They should be able to secure this turret for themselves.
Yeah, Cream gonna pick that one up. Qualifier might find the return kill, though, and if they do get that, maybe they can transition it into a turret of their own. That said, way less damage dealt to the SK Chimaera base turret than the one of Team Secret. So that was quite a nice pickup, but it hasn't quite evened up the gold. Still about 1,000 in the lead for Team Secret. The gold mine control is really allowing for that situation.
They're doing a good job of vision as well. Setting up that forward scout trap towards the this forward tri-bush means that it just guarantees them this gold miner, and they can just respond to any sort of play that SK is trying to make. So Team Secret being very smart once again, and we're seeing this transition of this macro play once more. Slightly lower kills than what we used to, and more about rotational play, moving into the jungle, knowing what objectives you can pick up, when you can pick them up. And a lot more wave management as well is something that I'm seeing a lot more of. Teams knowing when to shove the lane up so that they can then rotate down into the jungle and make a play for these sort of objectives, or letting it shove so that they can set up a gank for themselves. So as the Vainglory scene is growing, and as we're seeing a lot more competition, like already we've got 2 brand new teams in the quarterfinal, 1 brand new team in the semi-final. Teams are really starting to up their game more, and they're really starting to think a lot more about the best way to play Vainglory.
They absolutely are, and I want to highlight, actually, never mind, there's going to be a fight breaking off, attack, pop, Medic knocked right into Qualifier and melts. Qualifier wants to keep this fight going, trying to get onto Raph, he's got to be careful. There's the Rose offensive, but a Sonic Zoom keeps Qualifier safe for now as Mowgli hunts down onto Cream. It's a battle of the roamers. You see Palmatora picking up the kill onto Raph as well. We might get that ace coming through for Team Secret. 5 seconds to do it. Medic, he's going to be respawning before Cream goes down. Looks like Team Secret won't quite find that ace, but a very nice fight for them. Not losing any members, picking up 2 kills. They can't find the turret off the back, though, so a lot of these fights, Team Secret only picking up the kills. Not getting too much in the way of objectives. Cream finally caught out here by Palmatoro, though. I don't see him getting out of this one. He doesn't actually get over the wall from that blood for blood. Goes down, ends up being that 3-for-0 exchange. Team Secret in a very good position here in the early game.
So that was just great from Mowgli. He seemed to sniff out SK because they were sitting in the tri-brush. He just immediately pops Attack of the Pack and goes for the play. No hesitation. Dives straight into the brush, immediate follow-up from the rest of Team Secret, and all of their attention goes straight onto Medic. They want to try and kill him as quickly as possible. They know at this point in the game, he is the major damage dealer. They shut him down. They turn their attention to Raph. They clean him up as well. And then all Mowgli does is prevent Cream from going back to base, so the rest of Team Secret can shove up the lane. They don't quite pick up the turret, but they still gained quite a lot of map control off the back of that, and they should be able to get the turret right now.
They do indeed find that. Cream actually not going to get hit by the afterburn. A slight misplay by Palmatoro lands it onto a minion, Qualifier. Got to be careful here as he is slowed up, and Cream has got Gauntlet in about 10 seconds. Might be looking to set up some kind of a play once that ability comes back off cooldown. But overall, Team Secret doing very well here. 9 kills to 1, 28.1k to 23.9 in the last few minutes have really extended that lead. Going for Cream right now as well. Attack the back gets popped. The gauntlet I was just talking about has to be used defensively. Cream looks like he is going to be able to get out of here off the back of that, though, unless Palmatoro can close the gap. Medic going to be the main target. He goes down right away. Palmatoro needs to be careful, though. Raph finds that return kill, but Qualifier has such a health lead over Raph. He is going to find another one. Cream, again, able to run away. But even still, 2 for 1. Team Secret going to be pretty happy with that exchange, I would imagine.
That was actually a really smart played fight from Team Secret, because you have to remember that SK were the original initiators. They threw down the gauntlet, and then Team Secret just stayed close together because Mowgli was trapped inside the pit while the other 2 members of Team Secret were trapped outside. And rather than trying to overextend, Mowgli was just like, no. I'm going to wait here. I'm going to be passive. I'm going to wait for the rest of my team, and I'm going to wait for the gauntlet to end. Once they realized that Team Secret was trying to regroup, SK threw down the death from above, and they denied Team Secret that re-engage opportunity. The moment the gauntlet drops, you saw the boots come out from Palmatoro, and he was like, right, let's force the fight. They go for it straight away, and they quickly pick themselves up a couple kills. It was just very smart decision-making coming out from Team Secret, and just phenomenal target focus once again. You have to remember that Qualifier, he has now hit a very big spike in the game, and he is going to be the big threat and the big damage dealer coming out from Team Secret from this point moving forward.
All right, well, Team Secret, they're not going to be able to play around that gold mine anymore. We've hit the 15-minute mark. Kraken has spawned. I feel like we're going to see a bit of a shift in the playstyle here with Team Secret focusing more on these turrets or trying to force big fights that they can then get a Kraken off the back of. Question is, will SK be able to capitalize on this change of pace? Looks like the Kraken already started off here for Team Secret. Cream has an inkling that something's going on here. Gonna spot it out with the flare. Kraken already down to half health. Palmatoro looking to sit on the front line here, maybe go for an engagement. That's going to be the afterburn on a Raph. Lots of damage coming across. Wait for it. Does not connect, though, as Raph and Medic get back to relative safety. Cream taking a lot of damage on the front line, but he is going to survive with that fountain. But look at this. Team Secret, they took basically no damage off the back of that fight. SK had to use a lot of defensive skills. The turret going to be easily picked up here for Team Secret, so they really leveraged that fight well to get some pressure on the map.
Really good stuff from Team Secret, but also a great disengage coming out from SK. That gauntlet from Cream was placed perfectly to prevent Mowgli's continued aggression, but what Team Secret were able to do was force SK away from that turret, and it secures another objective. And Team Secret, that's all they really care about. They just want to pick up these objectives, because then it makes it that much easier to use this Kraken to break into the base of SK. With fewer turrets, there's a fewer things to break through, and Team Secret are just going to be that much happier with that trade.
I feel like we're really seeing Team Secret abusing weaknesses of SK right now. The Medic is going to be caught out. Hang on a second. He goes down right off the bat. Raph, the next target. Look at the damage coming across from Qualifier and Palmatoro picking that kill up. Cream is in no man's land right now. No easy way to get away here as Qualifier just knows that his team has it, decides to rotate up, give the Kraken a little bit of assistance as the ace comes across for Team Secret. 14 kills to 2. They are miles in the lead. Chimaera, they've got no easy way back into this game.
And I think Team Secret could end it right now. They have empowered minions. They have the Kraken as well. They have an insane gold lead to just shred through this turret. And Team Secret, they're going to be taking game 1 of this series.
Yeah, the Kraken and the players on Team Secret is just too much to get through for SK Chimaera. They can't defend. Raph likely going to be going down here as well. as that Vein Crystal falls. Very impressive performance coming through from Team Secret. Qualifier stepping back onto the lineup after last week's sub-play from Redemption. SK Chimaera need to pull some tricks out of their hat moving forward in the series to come back into this one and try and contest for that semifinal spot.
Look at this, Qualifier doing what Qualifier does best. 180 CS at 18 minutes. I wouldn't know Qualifier to do anything less than that. 8-0 and 4. Definitely still able to perform. Team Secret, though, playing very reserved in the early game. Somewhat to a surprise from you and I. But I definitely think that Team Secret are strong contenders for remaining as Europe's reigning champions, given the fantastic macro play that we saw from them. The rotations that they were making, their control over the gold mine was just superb. And the way in which they chose fights was just very intelligent. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they bring out in Game 2, if we see any new compositions, and how SK can adapt, because right now, the pressure is being put on them.
And also, I feel like it wasn't necessarily SK Chimaera doing what we see fairly frequently and picking fights with too late a game composition in the early game. Yeah. I feel like it was just Mowgli's vision, meaning that if you wanted to go shop or if you wanted to rotate into the jungle, you were going to die. You know, and that's a very different way of play that we're seeing from Team Secret from a lot of these teams. Don't listen to me, though. We've got some more qualified analysts than I. Let's hand it back off to Humanist and Rome to break that game down.
Oh, well, thank you, Action Jackson. You're a pretty qualified guy, and we always love to hear what you got to say about these audience choices, how the games went, and everything.